Hi, welcome back to the Mel-Tran Designs podcast. I'm your host, Melissa, also known as Anansi on Ravelry, and on Instagram and most other places, I'm Mel-Tran Designs. Today's Friday, February 12th, 2016. Welcome back to returning viewers, and welcome if you are new. I hope you enjoy our time together. I'm in another kind of new spot. It's a new old spot. I was finally able to dig out this whole corner of my living room. It's a long story, and anyways, there was like a TV here for a while anyways, our house is small, so I'm back in my corner. I have my chair back. It's good. So anyways, let's get into it, shall we? Happenings this week. Quinn got sick again. If you'll remember, last week I talked about that she and I had been sick for about a week, and then Eli ended up with the flu last weekend, and then just as Quinn was better, she got the flu. I'm hoping to get through this quickly before she wakes up, so we'll see if that happens. Yeah, it has not been fun. The night before last, I was up until 4 a.m. with her. Last night she was up till like 2 because she's been so tired. She kind of sleeps on and off. And anyway, less than fun, but she seems to be coming out on the other end. So anyways, not fun means not very much has gone on. I went to my knitting group on Wednesday morning. That was when she first was getting sick. I didn't realize she was sick yet. She just was really tired and kind of groggy, so she just kind of hung out in her stroller while I was knitting, and she dozed off and on, and which was kind of nice. I got a lot of knitting done, and I got to go to knit night last night, which was fun. But I'm trying to think, yeah, really that's it as far as outings go. But something that is exciting for me is the next class I'm teaching is the Wednesday's Child poncho class, and I picked up another student. I'm going to have 8 people taking that class. I've never had 8 people. The biggest class I've ever had was 6, and usually it's like 4 to 5. So this is really exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. So anyways, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's all that has really happened this week. Going on / coming up to this weekend is Valentine's Day. If you are celebrating it with someone special, then have a happy Valentine's Day. If you're not celebrating it with someone special, go buy yourself a box of chocolates and eat your way through them. I will not judge you. Jake and I don't have anything specific planned. I don't like Valentine's Day. I think it's kind of dumb, but I love all the boxes of chocolates, and so he usually buys me a box of chocolates. But as far as making it a point to go out or whatever, we try to find a different time to go out usually, and there are less crowds that way. So yeah, everything else that's coming up I've talked about before, but some exciting things are happening with the Fiber Fanatics Unite retreat, which is the retreat I'm hosting in April. I sent off the final check for the balance of the retreat center yesterday, which is awesome. And now I will get to start planning the food a little more specifically. I'm going to do kind of a dry run to Costco and things like that, and add up what everything's going to cost, so that way I know exactly what is left over for goodie bags and all sorts of stuff like that. So that will be fun. Let's see, then after that is Zombie Knit Apocalypse. I'm actually, the weekend before that, my family and I are going to go down to visit my friend who lives just north of Salt Lake. We will be taking 2 separate vehicles because Jake and the kids will come home Monday of Memorial Day weekend, and then that Tuesday morning I will start driving over towards Minnesota. So yeah, that's coming up. That's really all I can think of at this point. So anyways, yay! So let's get into the knitting, shall we? I have a new Minis of the Month square that I was working on the other day. Where was I that I was working on this? I don't remember. I got a lot done on it though, because I started it, oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, it was during the Super Bowl. I was going to say, I was doing something for a long period of time. Yeah, I took it to work on while we were watching the Super Bowl, so that I didn't have to really pay attention to it. And I've started another row, and I also keep this in my purse to work on when I go pick up the kids, but I haven't really had to pick them up much this week because Anansi has, I'm not going to get into it, but if Anansi rides her older kid bus home, I don't have to pick up the younger ones, but when she stays like for band after school, I have to go pick all of them up because she can't ride the younger kid bus. Anyways, it's kind of different because it's the charter school and stuff, but a lot of details left out. I didn't have to pick them up because she wasn't coming home every day because of stuff going on after school and things like that. So, but either way, I leave it in my purse. So let's see, let's not have it in front of the white wall. Here's what it looks like. It is the Oh Bother colorway, and I work my way up to 90 stitches, and I'm at 60 something. And then the other half of it is going to be this beautiful honey color. So I'm trying to get caught back up. I don't like that I have two sets here that are unworked, and I have another one that will be, you know, mailing at the end of this month. So I'd like to get these done this month. This is in one of my Girl Cave bags. And I don't remember what size needle. I think it's a size 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a size 4. Alright, next I have stuff just kind of sitting right here because I've been sitting and knitting. This is a new project that you haven't seen, and you won't see it finished because I'm giving it away this weekend. It is, let me fold this so it doesn't show through the paper. It's Teapot Cozy. It's a very fancy name for the pattern. I really like it. It's just a red heart pattern, found it on Ravelry. Sorry, I thought I heard Quinn. You knit the two halves and then join it in the top in the round for the ribbing there, the turtleneck part, and then you put it on the teapot and kind of pin how far things should go together, and you just kind of whip stitch it. It's a very small amount of sewing. That's why I was okay with doing it in two separate pieces. So if you can hear wind blowing in the background, my furnace is on. It's loud, I'm sorry. Alright, let me get this stretched out for you. So here's what it looks like. I love this heart cable. I love it, love it, love it. I've never done it before, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. And then it has these two just little regular cables on the sides. And there's a lot of different meanings to the different aspects of this tea cozy. Her birthday's in February, and amethyst is the birthstone of February, and it's purple, so it's purple yarn, and she likes purple. The hearts are because of Valentine's Day, and it's a teapot cozy because she is really, really into tea. And she's hosting a Valentine's tea tomorrow that I'm going to, and that's why I wanted to make this for her really quick. So yeah, lots of layers, and this is special yarn. I bought it when I was in South Africa back in 2007, and this is finally using up the last of it, which is nice because I've had it forever and used it for so many different things. So anyway, so I'm almost done. You can see I have 2 inches of ribbing. I'm supposed to go to 3 inches, but the thing is I only have this much yarn left, and I need to make sure, like, I have enough of a tail here that I can sew this part up, and I have enough of a tail here that I can sew this bottom part up, but I'm supposed to make 2 little I-cord kind of buttonhole things, and if I would have planned it a little bit better, I probably would have tried to put them into this garter edge, but that's alright. So I need to make, it calls for making 2 little 1.5 inch ones and sewing them on. No, I'm just going to pick up the stitches on the side and add it on. That is just ridiculous not to do it that way. Anyway, so I'm going to do that and sew the sides to make sure I have enough, which really I should, and then finish the top, so that way I know for sure that I have enough yarn for everything else, because I really can't get any more of this, because not only did I get it in South Africa, it is discontinued. So yeah, anyway, I have enough though to do those things and at least get a couple more rounds. So yeah, and that is on size 2.5, no, 2.5, US 2.5, which is I don't even know, let me think for a second. 2.25 is 1, 2.5 is 1.5, 2.75 is 2, so 3 millimeter. Alright, next thing on my needles is the second Stripe Tees sock. I'll show you the first one. So here's what the first one looked like. Well, looks like lots of stripes going on. And the second one, I finally was like, I have got to work on this. I am not going to have a single sock laying around. I want to fill up my ornament organizing tote thing that I bought to put socks in. So here's what I have: the cuff, and I have the first strip, and I have picked up the side stitches and I'm working my way down on the second. No, not right there, right there. Sorry, it curled. I was like, wait a minute. Right there's the second strip that goes next to it. So it actually knits up really quick. I don't know why I stopped working on it, but anyway, that is out of a crazy Zauber ball, teal and red or something creative like that. And it is in my Loopy Groupie bag that I got. This is not in a bag, mostly because I haven't been working on it long enough to really need one. I did grab one and throw it in it last night when I went to knitting, but I don't even see it here. I guess I have to put it away. Oh no, it's right here. It was under the pattern. It's my High Fiber Diet Knitting in the Mitten bag. So, alright, the last thing I've been working on, I really need to put a little marker on this. In fact, while we're talking, I am going to grab one of my removable stitch markers out of this cute little bag that I made. Let's see. I know, you're all super excited while I do this, right? Alright, let's see if any of these don't break. These things are horrible. Alright. So I have been working on my 10-stitch scrap blanket, and I'm going to put a progress marker in because I've actually done quite a lot this week. Let's see. I finished this corner and got the blue added on. This purple and this blue is from our leftovers from the Color Tracks hat that I made for the pattern. It was the original mini skein Color Tracks hat from Leadingman Fiber Arts. So it's some MCN, beautiful light blue, And then I had just a tiny little ball of this. It's actually variegated, but because it's only 10 stitches, it's striped. So pink and blue that I've had for like at least 10 years. It's just some fingering weight yarn. I don't even know what brand or anything. And then I had also a little ball of, I'm wanting to say Regia. It was like the Galaxy, some of their Galaxy yarns. I think it was Regia. And I made some knee-highs for some knee-high tube socks for Anansi out of a couple years back. And then now I'm working on, oh, here we go, this red. It's just a little ball of it. Oh, here it is. I just have this much. So just using up little bits and bobs. Sometimes I have, you know, bigger bits. Sometimes it's smaller. So I just add it on here. Let me show you. Make sure this isn't going to fall off. I'll show you how big it's getting. Let's see. I don't know how much you can see. So there's this. And then it comes up here. So anyway, just all of my leftover sock yarn, and I really have been enjoying working on it. And my plan, because I would like to go through and use the leftovers that I have in my bag for it. So what I'm trying to do is, like, the first thing I knit in the morning is 10 ridges, which is 20 rows, and then I'm trying to do another 10 ridges sometime throughout the day. If I'm tired, like yesterday, because Quinn had kept me up until 4 in the morning, I was worthless, and I was like, I can do garter stitch. And so I sat here and did, I did like this much on it, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a lot of rows when it's fingering weight. So anyways, yeah, I know there's ends. They are woven in because I weave them in as I go. I just haven't cut them because I don't care that much right now. They're all on the back side, so yeah. Anyway, but I am going to put my progress marker in so that I know right where we were today, and I'll be able to see if I was able to keep up my 40 or 20 ridges per day. I figure that'll help me to make progress, but it's such a small amount that I won't have to commit a lot of time to it unless I want to. So anyway, yeah, I will just set that down. It's kind of heavy. It's nice. It's going to be very, very warm and cozy. And that lives in my huge sweater size Knitting's My Bag. And I think it's on size 4 needles. I grabbed an Addy that I didn't care about because I don't use Addies anymore, like on my regular stuff. So I grabbed something I knew I wouldn't need to pull out of my project. And so I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 4. So, which is, what, a 3.5? 3.25? No, 3.25 is 3, so a 3.5 millimeter. So, anyways, that is all the knitting I have, or the works in progress. I do have a finished object. If you notice a large project I was working on last week that I do not have to show you on the needles, it is my Wednesday's Child poncho. So here it is. I love it so much. It has kind of a point in the front, but then it's rounded in the back, and the drape is amazing. It has these wonderful side slits for your arm so that you can actually use your arm, and I have been wearing it everywhere because it's like getting to wear your favorite blanket wherever you go. It would be the equivalent of if you got to wear a Snuggie out in public and wouldn't be ridiculed for it. That's how I feel anyway. So I have to fiddle with this part just a little bit. Let's see here. Alright, there we go. Since I'm sitting, it's going to kind of sit up funny, I guess, a little bit. But let's see if I can... I'll stand up so you can kind of see how it drapes. Sorry, I'm not centered. I'm a little too close. But anyway, you can see the arm slits there. My nice sweatpants. Yeah. No, I do not get out of my sweats unless I have to. Why would I sit around in jeans if it's not required? I mean, really. Don't tell me you don't do it. Anyway, so the yarn on this is Barocco Remix in the strawberry colorway. I'm so in love with this yarn that I need 100 more skeins of it. And let's see, I worked it on size 9 needles. Metric on higher numbers gets weird for me. A 6 is an 8, so what is it, a 6.5 or a 7? I know, are they still going up by halves? I think it might be a 6.5 millimeter. You can look at the pattern. So, yeah, I love the pattern, love the yarn. I love wearing this around, and that's actually why the 8th person who joined my class, I wore it to knitting, and she says, I want to make that. And I said, it's my next class. And she says, when does the class start? And I said, next Friday. And she said, what time? I told her, and she goes, how much does it cost? So I told her, I said, but we've already ordered, as a group, we ordered the yarn. And she says, what yarn did you order? She went on her phone, ordered the yarn right then, pulled out her checkbook and wrote me a check for the class. It was awesome. So thank you, Vera. Anyways, yes, I am so in love with this. And even like, I have, my t-shirt on, but I will wear it even when it's cold outside because I just kind of tuck my arms up in it. And last night I even needed to like kind of adjust my bra, and I was like, hey, no, I mean, you can tell that I was doing something, but it wasn't quite as obvious, like, hey, my bra strap is weird and bothering me. I could kind of go like this a little bit and adjust myself and not have to worry about anybody seeing anything. So I know you probably didn't want to know that, but you know what I'm saying. It was just kind of nice. I mean, I was walking up some stairs. Nobody really could see me anyway, but I was just like, this is nice. If my shirt's weird, I can fix it. And anyway, I know, I'm a dork. Please don't laugh at me too harshly. Anyway, I love my poncho. Again, it's called Wednesday's Child by Laura Ayler. She's my most favorite designer. I have so many of her patterns in my queue. And anyway, something I did want to talk about is other people call it imagine knitting or needle adjacent or, on deck, just coming up projects. There's a Zombie Knit Apocalypse cal that is going on, and you can get 2 entries, a max of 2 entries, one for if you use one of the designer's patterns, and another if you use yarn from one of the vendors. And if you combine the 2 of them into one project, you get 2 entries, which is kind of cool, because then you only have to knit one thing. But so I was looking through everyone's project, well, the newer designers' projects who have been added, because I already looked through everybody's who was added before, and what's her name? Shoot! Now it's going to bother me. Let's see if I can look it up really, really, really fast, because I already have the internet pulled up here. Oh, here we go. Yes. Delusional Knitter Designs. I knew it was a D word, but I couldn't think of it. Delusional Knitter Designs, and it's called Mirabelle. It's her brand new, just released shawl. Oh my gosh. It's a 3-color shawl that has, kind of the wedge look, but she mixes garter with kind of some meshy lace sections. There's just kind of, it's one of those that you can tell it's not super hard, but because of the little bit of technique and things thrown in, it's like big bang for your buck. And it only takes, it says 560 to 620 yards. And so the cool thing is you barely use more than half a skein. The A, which is the main color, is 220 to 250 yards. B is 175 to 192, and C is 165 to 175. So if you have a couple of half skeins laying around from other stuff, like, you don't have to have brand new full skeins, which is so cool. Anyway, I kind of became obsessed with it yesterday. Why can't I? My mouse is being funny. There we go. Yeah, I kind of became obsessed with it yesterday, and just have it sitting there so I can stare at it. Yeah. And not only is there, hi Lisa, you always text me when I'm recording. I'm recording. Smiley face. Okay. Anyway, and she's going to text me back and say, I always text you when you're recording, or something along those lines. Anyway, either that or she'll wait till I'm done and then she'll text me that, but she'll say it. What was I saying? The designer is also having a knit along that starts on Monday the 15th, and the pattern is reduced. There's the text. The pattern is reduced in price through this weekend. Oh, she just said LOL. I'm sure she'll say something about it though. So anyway, yeah. So I started going through my yarn last night to see if I have 3 colors that go together, and I'm having a hard time. Like, I have lots of pairs that I can put together, but I don't have a third that I could see. But I didn't give it a lot of time because it was just kind of in the time that Jake was taking a shower and then I was going to be leaving to knit night. So I just had like 20 minutes before I was going to be leaving, and so I just kind of was looking through. But I at least kind of have the start of some ideas for at least pairs, and then try to put something together. I also have a huge cone of white yarn. Well, it's not so huge anymore. But I have some white yarn that I could add with 2 other colors if I wanted to, and that would look pretty and give kind of some contrast as well. So I might just throw in some white yarn, or undyed yarn. Yeah, so let's talk spinning really quick. I don't have any designing. I'm trying to figure out what pattern I want to work on. I think I'm going to work on the socks that I started working on for my dad a few months back. I'm trying to think. It's, you can't see, but right over here, there's a big bookshelf that has yarny things and Quinn's cloth diapers up in the top, and my sewing boxes. But anyways, it's back behind a couple of other projects, so I'm not going to dig it out. But they were a dark blue color, just like a nice textured, manly sock. I think I'm going to write that one up because I have enough done that I can see how the pattern is going to flow. So I will write it up and get it out to testers while I work on finishing that first sock. But I think that'll be the one that I get out, because like I said, I've already done enough on it that I feel comfortable with it. So if you feel like testing out a men's sock, William, I know that you talked to me about that before. Hey, so I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry. I'm thinking like this isn't something I thought of beforehand. I usually run through stuff in my mind before I do it. But anyways, if you want to, and it doesn't even have to be for a man. If you like how it looks, I'll put pictures up in my group. And if you like the look of it for yourself, go for it. It's not like super manly or anything. It's just not girly. So if you know of a man who would like a textured sock pattern or whatever, go for it. So spinning. I haven't been spinning on my wheel still. I need to, and I know that, but when I finished my poncho, I was just so excited to have some time to work on whatever I wanted that I got the teapot cozy going and was just kind of enjoying not having to work on like a class project or whatever. I could just do whatever, which is why my blanket got so much work on it. But I did finish the first half of this braid. This is the turtle that I pulled off of my Turkish spindle, and then I just stuck it on my top whirl just as a holder. And I have started the second half. I haven't done a ton on it, but I still try to leave it out as much as I can, and I take it with me when I go knitting in case I need a break. So I've just done this first bit, and I still have this much more, but I'm enjoying watching the color change. It's really fun. So I'm so happy that I rediscovered drop spinning a few years ago because I really have just been enjoying it so much. So, and this, the Turkish spindle is from Subterranean Woodworks, and the fiber I'm spinning is BFL from Greenwood Fiberworks, I think. Yeah, I've linked her before, and it's Shades of Turquoise is the colorway. So yeah, I do need to work on my wheel though, because that's where the fleece is that I would like to eventually knit a vest or sweater or however many yards I get out of. So anyway, yeah, the only acquisition I have, it's sitting up there, and it has nothing to do with knitting anyway. My grandma that I'm making this teapot cozy for, she got me a gift subscription to Tea Time magazine, which probably sounds really dorky, but it so is not. It has really pretty things, and it has amazing recipes in it that I really, really love. And I sat on Tuesday, yeah, it must have been Tuesday morning, and no, because Jake was here, so Monday, I read it cover to cover. I don't do that with any magazines. I don't do that with any. I never do that. And I did it with that one. I mean, that's how much I really enjoy that magazine. So call me a dork. I don't care. I love tea and it's fun. So anyways, that is all I can think of that I have for you today. So if you need to get a hold of me, remember I'm Anansi on Ravelry. You can email me at meltrandesigns@gmail.com. If you want to know more information about the retreat, look up Fiber Fanatics Unite on Ravelry, or go into my profile and look under the groups that I'm a part of. Let's see, I think there's a Mel-Tran Designs Facebook page as well as Ravelry page. And yeah, I think that's everything. So until next time, keep knitting. Bye.